Hello and welcome back. This is part 5 of the Dark Rites of Arkham playthrough. Let's continue. But for the first time I had to look kind of something up and I got a small detail of what I need to do. And maybe I guess if I wasn't doing this for like YouTube and stuff where I'm doing a playthrough and try not to be going back and forth too much, I guess I can cut it out, but still I'd probably figure out eventually. But we need to go to Metropolitan Park here. I think that's what it's called. And then go to the... Dude, so I didn't think of placing the... Because of all the ants and that sort of thing, I didn't think of placing the sandwich in the tray. Where's the ants? Look at them. What again? Where did that sandwich come from? Stay away from me. I'm leaving until these things from hell disappear. I'll do the same if I were you. They get into your pants and... Bah, you probably deserve it, especially you, Foster. I'm out of here. Okay. Get the umbrella. One of Mayor Badley's campaign swag items, an umbrella with the American flag on it. Come up with an idea. I'll smear this oily substance on the umbrella ribs. Managed to close it. What do I do with it now? That's the question. Oh, maybe use it as like a cane for a lady on a bus. I only really like glanced at what to do next, and it was the umbrella part, but I do not know the rest, so I would assume it'd probably be the lady. It looks like, I mean, if you have it closed, you can kind of use it like a cane. Where's the exit? I gotta go this way. Okay. I think it was near the bookstore, right? Yeah. Here. Ishtar's Gate. Bus. Here, take this. Not a real cane, but close enough. Courtesy of Mayor Badley. Oh, I can really go home with this. How can I ever thank you? Don't worry about it, we're here to help. You're angels to both of you. And you're a devil. Good night, gentlemen. Rest assured I will be voting for Mayor Badley. Thank goodness you ended this nightmare. Now I can get back to work. Not so fast. And over the weapon. What weapon? The crank. What was the plan? Use it on the poor old lady if you couldn't get it. I only meant to scare her. Spare me, I'm confiscating it. What if I get a flat? I don't have another one. Well, I don't know. Screw you. The crank, please. Have some empathy next time, will you? And watch that temper. It'll get you in trouble. Get out of here, Harvey. Okay, so I guess the bus is gonna move now, so then the guy's gonna put his magazine back, and then we can... We should be able to go get the magazine and get the invitation to go into the second floor there. So I was at the park. The latest issue of Strange Neon's magazine is at the top of the stack of magazines. I'll take it with me. Okay. I guess I just take the magazine as it is. Real quick. Okay. Make our way back to the door. I wonder if we just need to go up to this guy and then select the magazine and click on him. Here you go. This month's Strange Neons magazine, with the corresponding invitation. Perfect. I suppose you're aware that the invitation that comes with the magazine is for one person only. Oh wow. But you're readers of the magazine, right? Of course we are. We buy it every month. 50-50, you know these are tough times. Absolutely. You can come in. Enjoy the evening. Reports on victims of spontaneous human combustion indicate that most were chronic alcoholics. Such figures have led some to suppose that residual alcohol in the body acts as an igniting agent. However, as in many documented instances, Mrs. Violet Ashford was a teetotaler. Therefore, we can rule out this theory and treat those data points as mere coincidences. The condition of the leg is very similar to the condition of our victim's hand, isn't it? It certainly is. Must caution you, the final slide is decidedly distressing. If anyone feels it might offend their sensibilities, do step downstairs by colleague Professor Taylor while somebody once it has passed. No one? Good. Kurt? Miss Reginald Grayson. The fire affected only his head, the rest of his body remained intact. I've styled this uncommon manifestation local as spontaneous human combustion. Why should the conflagration confine itself to a single part and not progress beyond it? Might the phenomenon possess some sort of a consciousness? You'll find the answers to these questions in Chapter 8 of my book, providing, of course, data with the utmost scientific rigor. Lights, if you please. It would take 5 minutes and then proceed to the signing. I pity you arrived at the end. You will have missed substance of it. It's a shame, yes. Detective Foster and Detective Whitman. Arkham PD. Have I let myself into some trouble, detectives? I don't know. Do you pay your taxes? Yeah, of course. Have you killed anyone lately? Good heavens, no. Then you have nothing to worry about. We need your advice on the case. What we're going to show you is strictly confidential. If you disclose this information, you'll be committing a crime. Do not worry, I'm quite familiar with the protocol. This is by no means my first collaboration with the police. What do you need? Take a look at this. Wait, let me see. This hand was found at the crime scene. There is no trace of any fuel that could have started the fire, which leads us to believe it was spontaneous human combustion. It could very well be such a case beyond doubt, yet one detail gives one pause. Observe the wrists. Ordinarily, remains do not present in this fashion. Here the cut is unnaturally clean, as if severed with a hot blade. Do you have a photograph of their charred remains? Yes. I admit that this photograph is a bit disconcerting. There is barely enough ash on the floor to show that an entire body had been burned. This burnt area in the wall is the only thing that... Good lord, what's going on? These are not the residues of a fire. They're the signature of a portal. I beg your pardon. A gateway through space and time, which is commonly employed to traverse between the 2 points in an instant. Upon closure, it leaves a scorched silhouette of its shape. That is what we are seeing in the photograph. Wait a minute, witches? Sort of witch that pointing heads and flying brooms. They're highly educated and intelligent women, well versed in the darkest arts, and far more dangerous than any fairy tale stereotype. Do you know why? Because they're real witches. I reckon we're in over our heads in this one, Harvey. Everything rather falls into place. If only a hand was found at the crime scene, the subject must have crossed as the portal collapsed. He didn't have time for his entire body to follow through. These portals can only be generated by witches. That is the prevailing view. There is no reliable record of a warlock raising one. The hand I found belongs to a man. That means that the witch opened that portal, and the one we thought was the second victim is actually the murderer of the first one. It was impossible to determine his identity from his fingerprints. There's no record of him. We don't have him in our files. Now we have 2 killers, a one-handed man and a witch. Portals are unconstrained by time, but limited in space. According to Joseph Carwin's manuscripts, the portals have a range of 25 miles. Thus, the origin point lies somewhere between Arkham Salem and Kingsport. All indications point to the presence of witches in Arkham. The radius of investigation should be confined to this city. Find her, and you may yet apprehend them both. Where can we find not just a witch, but that witch? My own knowledge here is all else limited. However, there is someone in the very room who can tell you more. With your permission, I'll be right back. Kurt? Yes. You won't believe this. What are we getting into? How are we? Detectives? May I present my colleague, Kurt Taylor. He has been assisting with this evening's presentation. A pleasure. He's a history professor at Amherst and a specialist in colonial era. He has written several volumes on the witch hunts in colonial Massachusetts. I dare say his expertise will be of considerable use. I shall leave you in his capable hands. I must attend to my guests. You stumbled upon a portal, right? And you're on the trail of a witch. That's right. Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is the suspect pool is down to 3. They're here in Arkham. There's no record of any other witches in existence today. And the bad news? You'll have to be extremely careful if you encounter them. Don't underestimate them. They're very dangerous. They're masters of dark arts. They can twist reality, deceive your senses, and in worst cases cast deadly spells. These witches? Tell us about them. Have you ever heard of the Salem witch trials? It's a Puritan frenzy that happened 3 centuries ago. In 1692 and 1693 to be precise. More than 100 women were accused of practicing dark magic. About 20 were executed and several died under torture during trials. All of them falsely accused. They were just women who lived on the margins of the community's strict religious conduct. All of them were accused simply for being victims of personal conflicts or collective hysteria, with 3 exceptions. Keziah Mason, Mary Warren, and Abigail Revell, all of Arkham. They were accused of kidnapping children, witchcraft, the death of several villagers, and signing the Book of Azoth with blood. In their confessions under torture, all 3 testified before Judge Hethron, with a strange story involving complex lines and curves. These geometric shapes, properly traced, created a portal that could take them through space and time. All 3 women were confined in individual cells waiting burning at the stake. On the day of the execution, the authorities were astonished to find that the 3 cells were empty. In their place was only an elongated burn mark on a wall, exactly like the one you discovered, Jack. They were never found. They disappeared from the face of the earth. However, there are indications that the witches traveled through time to our era. I've had other things to do past year that have kept me from looking into this thoroughly, but I can assure you that all 3 are in this city. Wait a minute, buddy. Are you saying our suspects are 3 witches who time traveled more than 200 years to get here? I know it's hard to take it, but I buy it. How are you? How about you, Harley? I'm open-minded. Suspect Keziah Mason. Student named Walter Gilman disappeared without a trace a couple of months ago. He told anyone who would listen that Keziah Mason appeared the very night at the foot of his bed. These statements could be taken as simple delusion. But the fact is that Gilman lived in the same room where Keziah Mason had lived hundreds of years before. And his account of the witch entering and leaving that room matches a portal. Where can we find this place? At 100 High Street. It's a boarding house. About the next one. That's about Mary Warren. Some information has come to my attention that she's part of a cult. The New Kingdom Walkers. Unfortunately, I don't know their location. The New Kingdom Walkers. A couple of years ago, when they were operating in Kingsport, I was undercover in that cult. I often see one of their members hanging around Hoffman Street. That's why I assumed they moved here. Hoffman Street, huh? Let's start looking for Mary Warren over there. Elspeth Abigail Revale. I assume you're aware of the Arkham Central bank robbery that occurred a few months ago. Yes, some of us didn't get paid that month. They claimed that part of the payroll money was stolen. They still owe us for that month. Consider it lost, buddy. Money was deposited in one of the vaults. Wasn't forced. They didn't even find a hole dug from the outside into it. What they did find were the remains of a fire in one of the walls. But they didn't think much of it. I guess you know what we're talking about. They arrested a grave robber named St. John who used to brag that he'd found a way to rob a bank without any problems. He was released due to lack of evidence. I investigated this character and found out he had an accomplice. Small-time psychic who calls herself Madame Levine. Yeah. Some sources assured me her real name is Abigail. Where can we find her? She has an office in an alley between Wayland and Olmsted. I've written down the places where we can find our suspects, Jack. You can check my notes whenever you want. Excellent, Harley. I greatly appreciate your help, Mr. Taylor, and you too, Mr. Moore. I think it's time to get hunted, witches. Okay. Options, options, options. This one seems pretty straightforward, right to the house, so we can check this one out. Pretty good looking house here. Anything in the gutter? Too old to climb it, and Harvey's too write a book to do so. Okay. And just knock on a door. Room for rent. A prostitution accepted. Decent house. Yes. Evening, ma'am. Detectives Foster and Whitman. I'm Foster. Name must be Whitman. Are you here about the babies? Babies? Got a few questions. This is house Keziah Mason lived in, right? Yes, but that was a long time ago. What do you mean babies? Newborns have been disappearing in the area for months. They're being snatched from their cribs. There are a lot of undesirables in the neighborhood. It must be the Poles, Italians, or Spaniards. Americans don't usually do those things. Need to ask about Walter Gilman. Yes, the student. I already told his classmates everything I knew. I understand he was in Keziah Mason's old room when he vanished. Yes, the attic. I don't rent it out much, too many rats. Can't afford an exterminator. That's why it's so cheap and only students are underpaid stiffs bite. Have you seen her? Huh? The witch, Keziah Mason. Are you kidding? There's no such thing as witches. Mind if we see the attic? I don't have the key. The current tenant's got it. But he's not here right now. You're the landlady, but you keep a spare for emergencies. I had one, but one of the two keys disappeared with the student. I would make a copy, but the Bullock is asking a lot of money for it. There are people like him taking advantage of others in this damn crisis. And do you know whose fault that crisis is? All of them. If they hadn't let everyone into this country, we'd be swimming in abundance. You need to inspect the attic, ma'am. And what do you want me to do? I'll tell you that the current tenant has the key. But now I'll kick the door in. You have to pay for the door. The police? I hear the Arkham PD owes its officers several paychecks. Forget it. Okay. Had to take care of my bunny real quick. Making a lot of ruckus. Where can we find the tenant of this attic? He works at a gas station by the cemetery. I think it's the Silver Star station. A weeks ago, he asked for the night shift. Seems the rats keep him up. Not my fault. I warned him about it. What's his name? Stuart Davis. Okay. Good evening. I may have more questions later. I'm not going anywhere. For a moment I thought Keziah Mason herself had opened the door for us. You shouldn't make fun of people's physical appearance. Go to the gas station real quick. Bucket. Overflowing with motor oil and water. Ourselves a... some reason we wanted that campaign umbrella or that stinking tin can. Touche. Wouldn't hear me through the glass. Okay. Did you have to go inside? Detectives Foster and Whitman, Arkham PD. Are you Stuart Davis? Yes. And you live at the attic at the 100 High Street. Did I do something wrong? I have no record of you doing anything illegal. Rest easy. Ah, thank God. I thought it was about... How can I help you? We need the key to the attic, if you'd be so kind as to lend it to us. You're going to search the place? It's not a search. The attic is connected to a case we're working. It has nothing to do with you. But you're going now? I mean, at this time of the night? If I were you, I wouldn't. Are you worried we're running into me? Keziah Mason? Who? The witch. Is that her name? We knew about it. Thank goodness. I thought I was going crazy. What can you tell us about Keziah Mason? She's an old woman, very kind of wrinkled and very sinister. I'm scared just thinking about her. And she shows up at every single night. Like she knows I'm in the room. And she comes through the wall. She goes right through it. At first I thought I was hallucinating. I thought I had overdone it with the reefer. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Go on. She yanks me out of bed and drags me along. Are you going to do something about it? I want to go through that nightmare again. Where does she take you? I have no idea. All I know is that place doesn't belong to this world. The worst part is that you can hear babies crying. It's a place of madness. What does Keziah Mason want for you? What you for? All I know is that next time she takes me to the place, I won't be coming back. Babies crying. Newborns have been disappearing around the neighborhood for a while now. I haven't seen them in that hell hall, but I hear them whenever the witch drags me there. I know she's the one behind all those kidnappings. You've got to do something. Why do you still live there? Wouldn't it be better to leave and go somewhere safer? Why do I still live there? Because I can't afford anything else. The job pays peanuts. Where could I go? I noticed that the witch doesn't show up during the day, so I asked for the night shift. I sleep during the daytime there. For the time being, I'm safe at those hours. The key, please. Oh, right, here you go. Leave the key with the lane lady when we're done. Get rid of that damn witch. You're cops, aren't you? Finish her off. Okay. Go. Deal with one witch at a time. Are you again? We got the attic key. Mr. Davis lent it to us. You have your say to go up? You have the key? Yes, of course. Tell me what's your interest in the attic. Police business, ma'am. Police business, huh? Do what you have to do. But try not to disturb the other tenants. Oh, there's a burn in the wall. Hold on, hurry. Can't see a damn thing. Where's the switch? Freezing in here. I feel more than just cold, Jack. Me too. Let's take a look. Well, first, what's in the cabinet? The landlady ought to send someone to fix this door. She also said there was a rat problem. If she hasn't fixed that, I doubt she'll send someone to fix the closet door. This jar contains marijuana. I think Davis has gotten himself into serious trouble. We should report it. What's wrong with you, Harvey? Didn't you see how broken that guy was? A witch drags him out of bed every night and you still want to get him in more trouble? It's still drug possession. It's a felony. Lay off Davis, will you? He's got enough on his plate. Yeah, on this side. Bed. Wonder if Keziah Mason only appears when you're asleep. Davis said he slept during the day. He probably has it so he can get the hell out of here before nightfall. Looks a lot like the one in the photograph. He's pretty much the same. Jack. Yes. Mr. Davis said Keziah Mason knew when she could find him in the room. As if she could detect him, yes. I suppose the witch must be aware we're here. I think it won't be long before she shows up. In that case, we'll surprise her. Harvey, draw. Watch out. I have a feeling she's coming. Oh, 3, 1, 2. I'm bored. How many hours have I been here? Half an hour? Oh, it feels like an eternity to me. By the way, I've been thinking, and can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure. I noticed your expression when Davis or the old landlady downstairs mentioned the kidnapping of newborns. Now I had asked if you were married, and if you had children. In both cases, you dodged the question. I've been a detective for half my life, and I know when someone has a story to tell. So what's your story, Harvey? I don't... Yeah, you don't have to tell me anything. I was just thinking about it. You know me, I don't talk much. I talk too much. Before I was a cop, I was just a psychiatrist. I met Teresa. A strong woman, grit and fire, but very cheerful. It was everything I wasn't. I don't know what she saw in me. I've always been a gray man. I blend into the crowd, and I'm not the kind of person you'd invite to a party. You know that too. We've only been partners for a few hours, but you've shown me that you're a good man. I appreciate it, Jack. Listen, you don't have to go through with this if you don't want to. You're a good partner, Jack. It's an honor to have you as one. I think you deserve to hear it. The time I spent with Teresa was the best of my life until we decided to have a child. In the pregnancy, Teresa changed. Her attitude began to take on a negative tone. She asked questions neither of us could answer. She questioned her life, her existence, her role in the world. That ended up distancing us, even though we lived under the same roof. I tried to help her, no longer as a husband, but she turned down every bit of it. However, she did listen to any guru or quack she came across. When her little Joey was born, she met some guys. A cult. She's very secretive about them. All I could find out was that they called themselves the Guardians of the Deep Truth. Teresa talked about that great day, the time when she'd become part of the community in her own right. The great day consisted of a blood sacrifice, Jack. That of our little Joey. Oh god, that's terrible. I never saw her again. Harvey. That day, I swore with the bloody corpse of my son in my arms that I wouldn't stop until I found her and her damn cult. I tried to track them down, but they vanished from the face of the earth. I specialized in cults and joined the police force so I could have more resources for my investigations. Last year, Elite suggested the Guardians of the Deep Truth had ended up in Arkham. That's why I requested a transfer here. I spent many years tracking them down, and I suppose there's still a long way to go before I can put those guys behind bars. I just want to have Teresa in front of me before she rots in the cell and asks her if everything she did was worth it. That's all, Jack. That's all. You know what, Harvey? When we're done with the case, I'll help you find those sons of a bitches. They might be in Arkham, right? Oh, there we go. What? Who are you? Where's the steward, Davis? Keziah Mason, I presume? Silence. Get out of here. This is none of your business. She's getting away. Come on, Harvey. Jack. We don't know if... Damn it. It's supposed to be like Mars or something. No. My god. Where the hell are we? Jack? Jack? This is like Doom. We're like on a freaking moon or Mars or whatever, you know, in Doom. I see some still ruins. Looks like they've been deserted for eons. Yeah, they're arcane symbols of the black magic. I don't recognize any of them. Hell. But Benjamin Marsh wouldn't either. Keziah Mason. Let's go. Let go of that child. Damn it. Wonder if these symbols are what keeps the barrier active. Locked. Locked. And then will be for me if I don't get out of this place. What's this lead to? Jack. Are we? Jack. What? Like in like 2 different dimensions or something? Human interesting. Yes, I'm talking to you. I thought possible. Is that you? I think so. I'm not sure. I don't remember ever being trapped inside a body before. Who are you? I believe my name is Walter Gilman, but I'm not entirely sure. Where are we? What is this place? A place beyond time and space, a nightmare planet in a universe of madness. What were those creatures? Some are scientists, others are engineers. I'm looking for my partner. I just saw him, but he vanished before me. You and your partner share the same space, but not the same time. Is there anything I can do to bring him back to the same time? I can't help you with that. He's beyond my understanding. I saw Keziah Mason. I tried to stop her, but a barrier prevented me. Keziah blocks some access points in this place with her black magic. The scientists don't like that, but they've created a device to override her magical barriers. Where can I find that device? There are several of them in the facility. There's usually one near the places Keziah tries to block. I'm connected to part of the complex. I'll open some doors for you. You can access them now. I'll tell you something that may save your life. Don't interact with the scientists. Some are docile, others are extremely dangerous. Thank you. What does this device look like? It's a small golden scepter. It's very different from the technology of the scientists. Keziah participated in its creation without knowing she was helping them. What is the relationship between those creatures and Keziah? They help each other. How exactly do they help each other? I can't give you that answer. I don't know. What does Keziah Mason do with the children she abducts? She sacrifices them. Damn witch. To what end? I don't know the answer. What do those beings do? All I know is that they need large amounts of blood for their plans, and they are obsessed with its purity. I'll try to get out of this place even if it costs me my life. Unfortunately, you won't be able to. Let's do this. Save. He said he was going to open his barrier up for me. Oh, he opened these doors up with that. Okay, elevator. Ah, that's the tool we need, right? It's up there. Got all blood. Look at me. I'm here. Sea of blood. Holy cow, there are thousands of them. Are they corpses? Did they get all the blood out of them? My god. This place is worse than I imagined. There are dozens of buttons glowing. I'll push one. A compartment is opened. I see a box. I'll take it. I also see a strange device. I'll take that too. Nice. Ability to speak Migo language 0. Vocal cords unable to articulate. Ability to understand spoken Migo language 0. Hearing organs incapable of picking up 100% of the frequencies. Ability to understand written Migo language 10%. Probability of increasing neuron capacities 80%. Initiating neurological link. Link successfully achieved. Subject is now able to understand written Migo language. What have I done? I'm curious if we get to go after all of the witches, or if, like, you choose one and it kind of takes you down, like, that ending, you know? We'll have to see, I guess. Oh. Syringe. Total population of planet Earth, 2 billion. Raw material required, insufficient. Oh. Oh god. All missing their heads. What are these beings looking for by connecting the brain via wires to their inert bodies? It gives off hot air and makes a lot of noise. A generator? Are you talking about hepatitis, doctor? I've heard they've made some progress in treating this disease. I guess you shouldn't worry. I don't like this hospital. It's always dark. How long have I been here? I came in for a simple bronchitis, damn it. When are you discharging me, doctor? He told me it was just dermatitis, right? What am I doing here? I want to go home. You go back to that guy, maybe? That's not what I was clicking on. I meant to, like, go to the far right so I can go to the across the bridge to one room. There we go. I just have to shoot that dude if I can get the item. I'll check this thing one more time. And then I'll save. And then maybe try to see if it lets me do that. Save real quick. Love the first deposit 100%, second deposit 100%. Level of third deposit 25%. Number of humans required for full storage of the third deposit 10,000. 2%. Maybe we need to use syringe on one of these dudes. Okay, there we go. Go back to the one guy. I don't think I can really do much with the blood sample. That spot. Maybe we can bring it to that dude. If he has any relevant information. Also, I'm supposed to use the blood sample of one of the other bodies, kind of like mix the bodies. Their samples up. I don't know. Yeah, this is where I got it from, right? So maybe I have to put it back in. Strange. I have no idea what I need to do with the blood sample. Am I missing something here? Procedure for anomalies, raw material purity. Engineer in charge will evacuate their post. Proceed to anomaly location. Urge anomaly, inform superiors. So do I need to like infect this somehow, somewhere? Cause an anomaly? Ah, there we go. That's an anomaly. Finally. Better get out of here. Now we can go get that scepter. Last. building? Tower of Sword. No. He's not aware of my presence. Hey, you. Where do you think you're going with that child? Give him back or I'll rip your guts out like I intend to do to him. Let's calm down, little grandma. Yeah, thank God you're here. Apparently I was in a different time than you. I asked some beings. Tentacles in their heads for help. It didn't seem to get it at first until I pulled out my revolver. Communication problem solved. Enough talk. Give me back that child. One thing at a time, Keziah. You tracked us into this nightmare dimension, and we only wanted to ask a few questions. The least you can do is let us do our job. As I gesture of goodwill, I'll holster the gun, okay? I'll rip your hearts out. Yeah, we heard you the first time. What do you intend to do with the child? None of your business. Several newborns have gone missing in Arkham. Davis claims that you were to blame for the abduction. What have you done with the other children? Davis, huh? You done with him? What have you done with him? He belongs to me. Just like all the other children. What is this place? What is it used for? I'd like to know what's going on here. Your little mind is not ready to understand. We're investigating it. We're detectives and we're investigating a case. A portal opened in one of the rooms of the Pullman building. The poor sap in there was decapitated. What do you know about that? I don't know what you're talking about. The only portal I usually open is the one that links the world to my old home. But you have nothing to do with the portal. It seems to be more of the work of Mary or Abigail. I'm not the witch you're looking for. Are you sure? I couldn't care less what happens in that stinking city. We need to get out of here. Be nice and open a portal back to Arkham. Give me the child. Now give me that brat. Not so fast. Open a portal back to Arkham and we'll give you the child. Jack, what the hell are you talking about? I don't want to spend the rest of my life here. I'll give him to you. Is that a deal, ma'am? Are you out of your mind? He wants to kill him. He was on that altar to be sacrificed. That's not our problem. But listen to me, Harvey. When this lady opens the portal, you're gonna give her the child. Kid, period. If you don't, I'll rip him from your arms. Is that clear? You'll have to go through me first. That's what I'll fucking do. You seem to be the smarter of the two, so it's a deal. Hope I never see you again. There you have it. Filed quick. You were right. Yes, about what? About me being the smarter one. Quick, Harvey. Let's get out of here before the portal closes. Everything okay over here? Fucking hell, Jack. I really thought you were going to hand the baby over to Keziah Mason. Mr. Whitman language. Where are your manners? Don't play games. I thought you were serious. It was a bluff, Harvey. You should have known that. How could I give that kid to that witch, for God's sake? Do you think I... Come on, Harvey. What do you think me for? If you were bluffing, you should have done something else for me to catch on. Like, I don't know, a wink or something. Because I would have seen it. Alright, alright. Need a code word for these kind of cases. I've got 3 words. Trust your partner. Anyhow, how's the baby? Fine, thank God. We should get the child to safety before we continue our case. How about social services? I think they should examine him at the hospital first. We'll leave a note at the precinct for them to look for his mother. By the way, in the madhouse, I found something that might be useful if we keep facing black magic. I left it on the table. This? The hell is it? The device that can nullify magical barriers. Interesting. Alright, let's drop the kid at the hospital and get on with our witch hunt. Because I Mason off the list, we're left with Abigail, Revelle, and Mary Warren. Good. Let's go after them. Witch at her home, time and bank robber outside. Let's see if she's home. Okay. I'm gonna call it here for this part, guys. Thank you for watching. hopefully catch you in the next one. Definitely getting very, very interesting here. Interesting to see where the other witches take us to. But yeah, thank you, and hopefully catch you in the next one.